We just believe that if you create value at your brokerage, then you should get the big fat check when the value that you created is sold. So thanks again for everyone who's joining us today. My name is Jeff Richmond. I'm here to present to you about eXp Realty and why so many agents are joining us. Again, we're going to keep this under 30 minutes to be honorable and respectful of your time. So we're going to go nice and quickly. And again, just really appreciate you being here today to check this out. So a little bit about myself, just briefly, so you know who I am. Sold 52 million, over 160 homes in my third year in real estate. Was a professor before being a real estate agent, business coach, and brokerage owner. And then also a top growth leader at this company called eXp Realty, and one of the leadership inside the community. We're also going to talk about that a little bit today. I'm going to talk a little bit about what the community is. We are inside of eXp Realty. We're going to talk mostly about the eXp business model so that you understand that. And I want to show you this slide. Make sure you can see it here. The community really is organized around a central leadership group in support of a much larger agent base. We'll talk about how all this works, but we're helping agents sell more homes by working together as a group of leaders to make sure that all of us win. We just really believe that when everyone wins, we're all happier. Happy agents create a happy environment, and a happy environment is how plants grow, right? So that's what we're really focused on. We're going to cover how that works today, and we're going to go deeper here in a minute. So go obviously through these slides. The community, we have a core vision of helping agents increase production, build passive income, residual income, save for retirement, reduce expenses, and increase their life value. How cool is that? And we're also really committed to doing it for free. So we're going to talk about how that connects to eXp Realty today. I know that that's what you're here for. But I will tell you, we have all of these amazing online courses and live trainings that are available every week. We do hours of live masterminds and trainings with all of our top leaders leading this stuff. And it's really valuable for the agents that are in partnership with us. And we know that you'd find that really exciting to know about. We have incredible online courses and, again, live masterminds. We do many of these live every week, in addition to also cataloging all of this, sorting through it. And then we have our admin team go through, make sure everything's really clean, and puts it inside a members only area that all of our members have access to. It's really cool. Here's some of the recent ones that we've done. But our challenge has been to offer all of this for free. And the answer was pretty simple at eXp Realty. So we knew that this model was good for us, and we're going to talk about why it's at least worth looking at for you. Not to say that we know anything about your business, but certainly we're all self-employed in real estate. So we never work for a brokerage. We work in collaboration with one. And it was perfect for us. We thought it might be good for you. Look at this awesome quote here. We're in real estate, so of course we love buildings, but spending hard-earned agent money just to have empty buildings just doesn't make sense anymore. How interesting. So eXp has answered this by moving away from brick and mortar. We saw this with Blockbuster when Netflix came around for cloud video rental. We saw it when Circuit City went out of business and Amazon created cloud shopping. We saw this when Yellow Taxi kind of stopped doing their thing and showing up everywhere, and Uber took over and created cloud taxi. And traditional real estate brokerage has been highly disrupted over the last several years by cloud brokerage, especially once COVID started to happen. Wow, wasn't that a big difference for all of us? So how does this work? Well, first off, we do have a brokerage at eXp. It's called eXp World. It's globally accessible with over 600 live staff members available to help when you need it. We put them into departments for efficiency and expertise, but this allows you to work from anywhere at any time and get referrals from agents all over the world. It's a way to stay connected in a brokerage that just isn't located in a building. In the same way that I can go shopping in Amazon, right? And it's not a building, but can I still buy pants? Yes. It's not a building, but can I still buy a VCR or whatever? Not a VCR, right? Yes, of course. So it's just a different way to do business, and we're all learning as we go. I didn't understand how this was going to work even when I came over here a number of years ago, and man, it's been awesome. eXp also has incredible training. So we knew this was going to be great for us. We'll talk about how we collaborate and connect with eXp trainings, but these are all led by what are called our ICON, ICON, ICON agents. These are our top award-winning agents, top 1% on topics that everybody needs to know about. We archive all of it, over 50 hours of this a week. You couldn't watch all of that. It's like a full-time job. But you're going to have stuff to choose from. It's really great. We allow you to work in 2, or for that matter, all 50 states and without multiple charges. So it doesn't matter how many states you're licensed in, go for it. We have one national cap, and husband and wife teams share a cap here. So this is just shared ownership and true partnership at its finest. It's really good stuff. Beyond that, we do give eXp gives best in class business tools to all the agents. eXp Enterprise, SkySlope for transaction management. We'll talk about each of these. KV Core Workplace and Marketing Center. Enterprise allows you to see all of your KPIs, all the metrics, right? It's like seeing the dials in an airplane. You're going to crash the plane if you can't see them. We just know it's better for you if you can see your business. We wanted to make it easy. But we also, since we have stock awards, we allowed our agents to be owners here at the brokerage. It's really cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. You can see those, track referrals, your partner programs. We've got all that stuff built right in. SkySlope, this is digital signature, managing all of your transactions, all your paperwork stuff, all in one place. And we wanted best in class transaction management. And then, of course, top grade security from any device. So keeping it easy and really high end digital. Workplace, this is a Meta project. Facebook used to be called Facebook, now Meta, but they created this just for businesses. Top enterprise solution for internal communication, but it allows us to communicate with teams, reach our brokers instantly. You can work from any device, share referrals, see announcements. It's just one more way to communicate in addition to text message and email and phone calls. We're not eliminating that stuff. We're just giving more options. It's great. KV Core, this is your CRM, lead generation, unlimited landing pages. It's got automation, guys, AI built into it, market reports, your IDX and RETS feeds, all the stuff that you need to run a great business and have an awesome website that works for you 24 hours a day. KV Core is it. If you don't know about these guys, it's super expensive to buy this platform. We get the whole platform just for being in the brokerage. It's pretty awesome. So check that out. And then marketing and branding done for you. You don't have to use these, but if you're the type of person, and I am, who likes to just go in, plug in your headshot, plug in your data, plug in your logo and hit go, bloop, and then here's all your stuff with pre-negotiated printing discount. So literally I can be in the app, figure out all my stuff, send it to the printer with a discount, and it shows up on my doorstep. I like easy, and I'm guessing you do too. So we also have preferred partners from pretty much every segment of the real estate vertical, whether it's mortgage, title, escrow, kind of getting cash offers, signage, all the stuff. There's different ways for you to plug in and make it work for you, and also sometimes even get an additional benefit in your business pre-negotiated with some of these by the company. So you can look into that. Even healthcare, right? What about agent healthcare? Well, NAR says about a third of agents are uninsured. So let's go ahead and make it even easier and more affordable. I've had agents come in and save close to $20,000 a year just on our healthcare options. So that's making a real difference for them and their lives and their families' lives. Now let's look at the business model, because a lot of the reason that so many agents have made this move has to do very much with this business model. And it's just different. Ultimately, it's very different than anything that we've seen before. And so when we look at it, it's not about better or worse. Your current company is probably a great company, right? But ultimately, when something new comes along, it's not about which one was better, JCPenney's or Amazon. Well, those are very different. It's hard to compare those. And so what we're going to do today is just talk about something new. But our business model is awesome. Now, I like saying this. Every single fee or cost for being affiliated with eXp Realty in any way is on this slide. So take a screenshot. There you go. What I love about that is I don't know that I've ever been at a brokerage who was able to fit all of their fees on one slide. And so this is a pretty awesome thing to be able to see. We operate on an 80-20 commission split. up to a $16,000 cap, and then you go to 100% commission for the remainder of your year. That we drop to a $250 flat cap transaction fee, and guess what? If you do another 20 of those, we even give you a $16,000 stock award just because you're so awesome. We wanted our program to get better and better, the better and better you were. Instead of secret deals, we don't have any secret deals, right? But we also don't have desk fees. We don't have royalty fees, no kings or queens here. We don't have franchise fees because we're not a franchise. It's awesome. Then our standard costs over here, $149 to get started, $85 a month for the cloud brokerage fee. That gives you all of our technology suite working for you every day. $25 broker review, but that's only when you close a deal. $40 risk management, that caps at $500 for the year. And again, only when you close a deal. So those are just deal related fees. And this is it. So sometimes I'll have agents say to me, well, but I pay this other fee. Well, we don't, if it's not on here, we don't pay it, which is great. So what else does that do for you though? And I like looking at this from a couple different angles because this brokerage is super different, and different comes in shapes and sizes. And so I want to show you why that difference matters for you. So this is a fun question. Is it better to own or to rent? It's a little tongue in cheek because we're all in real estate. We all know it's better to own. It's just better to own. So what does that mean for us? Well, at eXp, we are given free ownership in eXp World Holdings for doing exactly what you do already, which is to help people buy and sell property and also to tell your friends about the brokerage. Pretty much anything that you would do that adds value at the level of the brokerage. Because this is why brokerage ownership matters to you. In fact, I like to do this with a story. I'll do this with a story. My business coach once asked me, and it's stuck in my mind forever. He said, how much is a brokerage worth if there are no agents in that brokerage? And guys, listen to this. How much is any brokerage? Think about this. Any brokerage, including eXp, how much is it worth if there are no agents in that brokerage? Well, you can't say anything other than zero. It wouldn't be worth anything. Why? Because, well, all the value in a brokerage is in who? Well, it's in the agents. So if you took all the agents out, you took all the value out. Well, that's funny because brokerages are sold all the time. And if we sell that same brokerage with all the agents still in it, how much money does the owner share with you when they get that big fat check? Zero. We had this conversation and he said, why not? And I said, well, it's always been that way. And that's just not good enough. So check this out. We just believe that if you create value at your brokerage, then you should get the big fat check when the value that you created is sold. Interesting concept. And in fact, our founder had this belief, and that's he created the company around it. So we give equity opportunities here at eXp that are pretty powerful. Look at this. In fact, there you go. So you get awarded EXPI stock for just doing your job. You'll notice I didn't say stock options. You don't have to purchase the stock. It's free. You get free shares for doing your first transaction every single year. You get free shares when you cap at the brokerage. When you hit your cap, that's awesome. Instead of an award or a trophy, we give you ownership in the brokerage because you created value. Here's your value. We give you free shares when an agent that you sponsor closes their first transaction. So if you bring a friend along, that's awesome. We also give you up to $16,000 in free stock and free ownership when you hit certain production metrics. That's called our Icon Award. So this is if you cap and then you close another 20 transactions at $250 post-cap transaction fees, and then you teach a class. You have to go to one of our events. There's a couple things you got to check off. But it's a $16,000 ownership award. I know what it cost for me to get $16,000 in ownership at my last brokerage, and the answer was $16,000. So this is a much better deal. So why does this matter for you? Well, because ultimately, if you're going to be creating value at your brokerage, isn't it nice to know you're creating it for yourself? I love that. And also we have an equity program that allows you to get a little bit of extra ownership on every single deal that you close. This is how this works. You can enroll, it's up to you, but to be paid up to to contribute 5% of every one of your transaction commissions to the company to hold on to until the end of the month. And then they use your money to buy you ownership at a 10% discount. No catch, no holding periods, no restrictions. It's just extra value for you. Because again, we believe in agent ownership. It's the way that we work. We also have what's called a growth opportunity. You see, eXp does not go out and build like individual office locations by hiring paid recruiters. What we do instead is we believe in that you're just going to tell your friends the same way you did at your last company. If you love your company, what do? You tell your friends, hey, my company's pretty great. Right? I'm loyal to it. Why are you loyal? Because it's great. Our company's great too. The difference here is that we've created an opportunity that's connected to that instead of giving that opportunity only to the person who owns the office. Here's how it works. This is really cool. So we asked the question, well, what's happened to all the money that eXp is not spending on empty office buildings, right? We believe in buildings, but not in spending money on those if they're going to be empty. Well, what we did instead is we give exactly 50% of all of our revenue back to our agents, right? So in a business, revenue is the first money that hits the brokerage. Right when it hits, boom, we split it in half, 50% goes back to our agents. How cool is that? But we do that instead of paying for empty buildings or recruiter salaries or some of those things that more traditional models might be still doing. And what we just know is that you are either always building someone else's retirement or your own. And at eXp, you're the owner, so we want you to be building yours. So if you bring a productive agent or a brokerage or anything to the company, we pay you a small referral on deals that they close. Comes off the company's side, doesn't hurt the agent. It's just the company's way of saying, hey, thanks for adding value to the brokerage. How cool. And we all thought that that was an amazing way to honor agents for helping the company by doing stuff we were all going to do anyway. Just tell our friends we love our company. And we even extended out 7 degrees of influence, just like if you owned your own brokerage, right? You brought somebody and they brought a friend, you'd still own the brokerage. You still own that influence here too, and we're going to compensate you accordingly. It's pretty great. So it's like building a brokerage within a brokerage. It's exactly that. So here's the math on how this works, right? And so we just like to show this straight from the company, and this is all the math on that. So you're getting 3.5% for people that you bring. If they bring somebody, you're getting up to 4% on that. It's really exciting. And then the total annual potential revenue share per agent is there on the right-hand side. So you can see these numbers can get really big if you get a robust organization. It's really awesome. There's no obligation, by the way, from the company to do any of this stuff. Just want you guys to know this is there for you if you meet somebody and they want to come along. That's great. So let's talk about how it works. And I love examples. So if agent Amanda happens to do what's called sponsoring, just means she tells a friend. Agent Adam to eXp Realty, he comes over, he closes his first transaction. He's going to get a gross commission of $10,000. Amanda's going to get a check from eXp, not from Adam. Not from Adam, saying thank you, right? When his deal closes for $350. Pretty cool. But let's talk about a slightly bigger example. Let's say that you brought over a few friends here, in this case, 6, and all of them were going to hit their cap, which in most markets, I'm not sure. It's hard to know what market you're in. So I'll leave that math out of it. But this is based on our 80-20 up to a 16K cap. So if they hit their cap, this is what you'd get paid per agent. And we have here on the slide that it directly scales to their production. But if you did that, why am I giving this example? Well, because that's $16,800 a year, and that would just cover your whole cap. I have agents sometimes tell me, well, I'm at 100% at my brokerage, and that's great. And 100% is awesome. But if you lead with that as a brokerage, and I've been in brokerage operations for long enough to know that cripples a brokerage operationally, because there's no revenue. And a 100% model means that the brokerage isn't making money. So it's going to be hard to offer value without money. What we've done is we've made it a same plan for everybody, but we made it so that you can earn your way to a 100% model in an actual profitable brokerage enterprise that's giving you true value and helping you to sell more homes. Really exciting. But let's cover an even bigger example, because this one gets me really fired up. Let's just say that you go out and you tell only 5 of your friends about the brokerage, but then you say to them, you know what? If I could do it, so could you. I'm going to help you to do the same thing. Remember, at eXp, we're going to give you 7 degrees of influence. And I just like to show this because this offers you the potential for up to $94,000 right here in revenue share income. This is exactly what this could earn you. And I just love to ask people, what would you do with an extra $94K a year and extra income off of revenue share? Maybe you'd pay off some debt, or do some college stuff for the kids, or a little more you time, or do retirement without all the stress. Wouldn't that be great? And so there's options, but we just believe, again, in giving control back to the agents and making sure that your retirement plan isn't the same as your funeral plan. In real estate, that's a little too often, and we get bummed out by that. The community, what we've built inside of eXp, is a bunch of collaborative leaders. We believe in distributed and shared leadership and not taking credit for your business. But we help you to do all of this cool stuff at eXp the right way, right from the start. In fact, our very first training that we offer to all of our agents inside our website, which you can get your own login and password to if you join us. That's really great. We would love that. You would join simply eXp with the person who sent you here today. And we're going to talk about how all that works in a minute. But we run you through this launch training, and this gets you started in the brokerage the right way. But you have to agree, in the industry, if you've been in real estate for any amount of time, that things are just changing right now. It's going fast, and things are moving really quickly around you. And we simply know that the measure of intelligence is your ability to change, or adapt is another great word for that. In fact, Einstein said exactly that. 89,000 other agents have already made this move, so you're not like the first person to be doing this. And we've been growing by more than 1,000 per week, every 7 days. How crazy is that? That blows my mind. So the community is attracting top leaders to our model from all over the world. It's really exciting. Just a few of them here on the screen that we'd share with you. Co-owners of $1 billion brokerage, or a team leader doing over 500 units a year, and you can read the others. It's a really great place to be in business with some really great people, and this is just a few of our core leaders. So again, the question that you'd have to ask is, are you ready to join the community? Are you ready to join eXp and make a difference for yourself and for your family? And that takes about 15 minutes to get started. I'll run you through exactly what's in front of you if this is something where you say, you know what, that's interesting to me. The very first thing that you would do is you would apply for eXp Realty. This takes about 15 minutes. And the thing to know here is that eXp doesn't actually move your license when you fill out your application. And I would advise you to do it with the person who brought you here today, because sometimes questions come up, and that makes it a lot easier. You are going to need your license info, your banking info, and your credit card info. So have that with you. The second step is then the brokerage reaches out to you once they've vetted your license and make sure that you're in the clear. That takes about maybe 1 or 2 business days. Then they'll say, hey, we're ready to move your license. You have to sign again, and then they'll move your license. Just so you understand the process, the first application doesn't actually move you. And then once you're in with somebody who's already a member of the community, then you can also join the community because you've joined eXp with us. The reason that we're able to offer all of our value without charging agents for it inside the community is because eXp has created a robust system that compensates us for providing value for agents that are inside of our sponsorship organization. And if you're here today, that would be you. That's really exciting. We love that. And so we simply wanted you to be able to see how robust and powerful all of this could be for you and for your business. And just as a personal aside here, I can say this has been a life-changing journey for myself, for my family. We both, my wife and I, had been part of other brokerages before being here, incredible, top-notch brokerages. And we thought things could never be better. And we were super loyal to where we were and committed to the people that were there. And then we realized, we looked at each other and our amazing family, and we said, you know what? We owe it to ourselves and to our family to always do what's best for us. And once we took a look, I'll tell you this, guys, we couldn't unsee what you just saw, which was a brokerage that was truly designed from the ground up with the agent at the center of the brokerage, not the owner at the center of the brokerage. Because here's the big secret: agents are owners at eXp. It's such an exciting time to be affiliated with this amazing brokerage. And I can't wait for you to make the same exact decision that my family and I did, changed our lives forever. Again, thanks for being here. And hey, we did keep it under 30 minutes. All right, you guys are awesome. Have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you at the top with us at eXp Realty as a member of the community. All right, take care. Bye-bye.